Here with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And we've got Allie LaForce reporting from the sidelines. And now a look at Boston's upcoming schedule. On Wednesday, they'll host the Washington Wizards. And then on Friday, they'll be taking on Franz Wagner and the Orlando Magic.
You know, some might look ahead at the schedule and start marking off how many wins they'll wind up with, but I think that's a trap. You can't take any nights off in the NBA, and you've got to stay in the moment.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Markkanen and Kessler man the post positions. Then it's George, and it's Sensabaugh in at the 2 spot. And for the Celtics, the wing pairing, it's White and Brown. Then it's Peyton Pritchard, and it's Walsh in at the 4-man position. And it's the Celtics to start out. And we talk about experimenting with lineups early on, DB. What are some examples of that?
Well, you can have 2 extremes, right, in the modern NBA. Most teams need some sort of small ball lineup that they finish with. But we are also increasingly starting to see teams play with multiple bigs on the floor. You have to be able to have multiple tools in your toolbox.
Now, here's Markkanen. There's the triple. A putback. It's good on the putback.
Exactly what Kessler does off every miss. Go pursue the basketball and get the opportunity for a second chance.
Here's Brown. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. And here's George. We're about 1 minute into the first. And there's the foul. It's on Peyton Pritchard. That is his first foul of the game.
Ref's calling it close already as he picks up a quick early foul.
Here's Hendricks. Kessler passes to Hendricks.
Well, Brown taking away the shooter's airspace effectively crowd scores and gets them out of their comfort zone.
And White kicks to Brown. From 10 feet out, again the miss by the Celtics. Utah's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Pritchard against George. Down low. And there's the foul. It's on Peyton Pritchard. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Already his second foul. He's in danger of getting into serious foul trouble early in this game.
Boston making a switch here. Simons is checked in. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Markkanen a screen on Simons. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Sensabaugh. Oh, my. He'll go to the line with a chance for a 4-point play. That one on White. The Jazz shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
At the line for the Jazz, Sensabaugh. One shot.
And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Well, the Jazz have traded away a lot of their veterans. All-star Lauri Markkanen still remains. After a down shooting season a year ago, perhaps he needs to build his value back up around the league before they would consider moving him.
He can heat up in a hurry, that's for sure. We appreciate the update. Thanks, Shams. Here's George. Following the three-pointer by Boston. Knocked loose. And here they come. Here's Simons. And he finishes the break with a layup. Simons has got his second basket of the night.
And while he's not the biggest guy in the world, Simons will back and make some tough shots like that one.
Here's Sensabaugh. His last outing with 20 points. Outside, George. 6 to shoot. He takes it in. That one's in. His first shot this game.
Aggressive slash from the young guard. George fears no one when attacking the basket.
Here's the screen. Outside, White. Tries it from the top of the key. Simons surveying the D. Fires the three. Utah with the rebound. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
Yeah, their long-range artillery hit the mark more often than not. A great equalizer when you're on the road.
It's always a good thing when the defense is scrambling. Whenever there was open space on the perimeter, their shooters were able to locate it.
Markkanen dishes to George. There's the three. The rebound by Caden. This game for the Celtics, it was a loss to the Rockets.
You know what? That's a game where the coach might just want to burn the video because there's no question they're a better team than what we saw, but they got crushed on that night.
They sleepwalk through that entire effort. Way too much talent on the roster for them to let that happen.
So it's Utah now, following Jaylen Brown's three. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Coach Joe Mazzulla. He told me when he was watching film of their opponent, what stood out was Lauri Markkanen's efficiency. Coach said Markkanen doesn't need high usage to be effective. He gets a lot of his points off of movement, and he brings versatility to this offense. Kevin, back to you.
And as always, Allie, great job. Thank you. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That is his first foul of the game.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Now George, coming off a solid outing against Charlotte. Pass to Hendricks. Markkanen kicks to George. Here's Kessler. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Now Markkanen. Here's Sensabaugh. The rebound by Caden.
Well, terrific defense. They obviously respect his ability and just want to make it tough.
Simons against George. Here's White. Simons with the screen for White. And here's Brown outside. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Jazz trail by 3. And George gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul.
On offense, here are the Celtics. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. Here's Brown, and what a play! Just snatched out of the air. Credit the block. Pass to Kessler. Here's Sensabaugh. Over to the left wing. And it's Derek White with the rebound.
He might be forcing things a little bit right now. Credit the defense for how they're playing him.
Over in the corner, Brown. Nice ball movement by Boston. Here's Walsh. Utah with the rebound. Kessler's got rebound number 5 here tonight. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
George with the ball. Picked up by Brown. Goes up the baseline. George, no good.
Oh, the defense very willing to live with that mid-range jumper.
Up top, Brown. He's covered by Kessler. Good.
He was not about to be denied. Jaylen Brown just musters that home.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's ready to talk things through with them. Courtesy of the 2K leaderboard, here are the teams that led the NBA in block shots last year. 5th on the list, the Celtics.
a big part of their defense really revolved around their ability to block shots at the rim. It's so valuable to have that kind of backline protection. Allows you to be aggressive on the perimeter.
Here's Collier. He definitely had a good game in their win against the Hornets. Filipowski passes to Niang. Collier. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Brown outside. To the inside. Here's Cada. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
Oh, how Jaylen Brown's facilitation skills advance the older he gets. Nice pass.
Jazz trail by 7. There's the screen. Here's Collier. He's covered by Brown.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run. And here's White. He'll bring it up for Boston. It's deflected. Here's Nbacup. Nails the wide-open jump shot. And now just a 3-point Celtic lead.
I love it. Instead of going ISO, you make a play for someone else.
Here's Simons. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
I love when Simons puts it on the deck. So crafty off the bounce.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Celtics.
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
Yeah, and in addition, their ball movement has really unleashed their offense. Boy, they've been fun to watch.
And on the court, Simons is like a lightning bolt of energy. He hustles hard and just puts in the sweat to outwork the other team.
And Simons drops them both.
This is what we've come to expect from him, right? Excellence at the foul line.
Pass to Niang. Looking for Filipowski and gets it there. Back to Niang. Again, the Jazz score.
Boy, nice pass. A little ball movement, a little player movement. That's how you play this game.
Now here's Gonzalez. Hauser with the ball. Pass to Minot. Launches it. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Great three-point shooting here out of the gate. That makes 4 makes already from long distance.
Here's Niang. Here's Filipowski. Tillman grabs the miss.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Outside Gonzalez. And it's good. 2 points. And now it's an 8-point Boston lead.
Yeah, defense simply not quick enough. And when you're trying to cover down low, a split second is all it takes.
Pass to Nbacup. Here's Niang. Fires the 3. And Gonzalez pulls it down. Celtics leading by 8. Takes the 13-footer. Utah with the rebound.
My goodness, how about that miss? I mean, that's 2 easy points that they just given away.
And the foul called on Xavier Tillman. That is his first foul of the game. And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Here's Niang. He picked up 18 points in their last win against the Hornets in Charlotte.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And here is Simon. To the right side. Outside, Gonzalez. Off target with his three. Jazz trail by 5. Here's Hendricks. He's coming off a 10-point game against Charlotte.
The other thing I thought was big, guys, was the incredible night he had on the glass. No one wanted any part of him down there.
Austin has gone 4-7 from three-point range so far in the first. Got that one up quick. Simons has got 10 points in the game.
And the defense is in disbelief here. Triple after triple.
Jazz shooting looking a little out of sorts early, 37%. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Hey, team. The Utah Jazz are going young, but this is a franchise that has a winning history, and that culture is still around. Coach Will Hardy said, the messaging doesn't change. The players have bought into the little things that takes to win. This is a cohesive group that's committed to helping each other. Kevin, back over to you.
Building the right way. Thanks a lot, Allie. Here's Hauser after the basket by Utah. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Here's McKinley. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Charlotte. Filipowski finds Niang. Plug in for Filipowski and gets it there. Rebound Boston. This their first chance this season playing the Jazz.
And going back a season ago, it was a win for both sides in their two meetings.
You know, despite the disparity in talent, these two teams played each other tough last year. Let's see how competitive they are this time around.
Now, here's Simons. He's got 10, and that one is good. 12 points for him.
And this is what Simons does best. Once he catches fire, this guy is a tough one to put out.
A crossover. Niang passes to Collier. From outside, off the mark. Now Simons. 12 points for him. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. The Celtics shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
At the line for 2, Anthony Simons.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And Simons drops them both. And so it's Boston going into the break with a 10-point lead. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We've got more in store for you right after this. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. What do you guys think about the Celtics here in this one?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
And teams are always looking for positional size. Doris, where is that most valuable?
If you look across the league today, Kevin, it's at every single position. Size and skill as a combination is very tough to beat, and teams are getting bigger and more skilled across positions now.
Pritchard and White are their guards. Then there's Brown, and it's Queta in at the 5 down low. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics.
Well, this has always been Lauri Markkanen's calling card, right? A 7-footer who can space the floor with that three-point shooting ability.
Pritchard feeling it out a bit. Over George. The rebound by the Jazz. Kessler's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Pass to George. Outside, Markkanen. Misses the 3. Celtics leading by 7. To the middle, here's White. Uses the glass to finish the layup. White's got his first basket of the night.
Well, Derek White fearless on the interior right there. Tremendous finish.
George passes to Kessler. Outside, George. To the wing right side. 6 on the shot clock. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will retain possession. Just 4 to shoot. Ring shot on the way. The rebound by Queta. Queta's got 6 rebounds here tonight. White with it. Now defended by Markkanen. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by White. With a break in the action, we go to the 2K leaderboard. See the teams that excelled at slowing the pace down a campaign ago. The Celtics second.
I mean, they held opponents to so few points that it allowed them to win games even when their offense wasn't clicking.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Nice ball movement by Utah. Here's Markkanen, and it's blocked. Outside, White. Pass to Pritchard. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Jazz trail by 9. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and stolen by White. Here's Walsh. It's hauled in by George. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. Kessler finds George over Pritchard. Count it from 12.
Well, Keontae George, a crafty finisher in that mid-range.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. It's White on the wing. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to go on Isaiah Collier.
Yeah, that is exactly because Derek White commands your attention defensively, and defender just gets caught in a tough position.
Shooting 2.
No good on that one.
We talk about high-effort players. Well, Derek White embodies that very description. Always working hard, always looking to outwork his opponent.
And the second free throw, good. Jazz trail by 8. George looking over the floor. Here's Collier. Scoreless thus far. Sinks the triple.
And developing that 3-ball shot, George is putting in the work now.
Boston leading by 5. There's a good screen. White. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. White's got 6 points in the quarter.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
George against Pritchard. Outside, Markkanen. From the arc, just 5 to shoot. And Utah, another 3.
They're having more success from three-point range here in the second after a rough first quarter from deep.
You know, Greg, in recent seasons, Lauri Markkanen has taken on a leadership role.
And Markkanen has been the featured player on some very young teams, and he's really embraced that role, proving to be a positive influence both on and off the court.
Kessler with the rebound. Kessler's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Now, here's George. He has 7. Markkanen passes to Collier. There's the drive.
And let's briefly take a look at the stats for George. He had a strong showing last season. He put in about 16 points a game last year, 5 assists and 3 rebounds. And it's nice to be able to bring someone with his defensive skill set off the bench.
I think, in fact, to win a championship, you usually need a guy like this on your roster.
And he makes the first. And he can't hit the second. Celtics leading by 4. Richard with the ball. Coming in off a 21-point game his last outing. And here's Brown outside. Offensive rebound. Here's Cada. Here's White. Offline with his 3. Jazz trail by 4. Things really clicking for him at the offensive end.
They're making good decisions, not wasting these opportunities.
Outside, Markkanen. Outside for George. A second chance effort. And it's Derek White with the rebound.
Oh, rising up from the mid-range, but doesn't exactly look confident about it.
And what a player Jaylen Brown has become. My goodness.
For Utah, they've gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. And there's the foul. It's on Peyton Pritchard. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
And that's the tough part of trying to keep him on the floor. Now he picks up that 3rd foul.
Here's Collier. It's stolen by White.
The D feels like it's everywhere, and that pass should not have been made.
Pritchard from outside. Markkanen pulls it in.
At some point, do you start to think about getting others involved? It has been a struggle.
Pass to Kessler. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. George has got 3 assists in the game. And so it's Pritchard with it. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Here's Walsh. He's guarded by Markkanen. Goes up to the stripe. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Here's George. He has 7. Pass to Collier. And the 3 off target. Celtics leading by 6. Here's White. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Exactly what good offensive players do. Lean into that defender. A level of physicality puts you at the free throw line.
This is his 2nd trip to the line in this one.
A year ago, he had an 84% success rate on his foul shots, so he was a guy they were always happy to see at the line.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. And that one falls for White.
Boy, showing a lot more aggressiveness now after making 0 trips to the line in the first quarter.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Jazz trail by 7. Pass to Collier. To the paint. Here's Hendricks. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Hendricks has got his second basket. Boston's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13. Here's Minot. Shoots over Niang. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Yeah, quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
Inside, here's Collier. Lays it up and banks it in.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Boston leading by 5. White looking around. Pass to Simons. Back to White. 5 to shoot. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. While we have a chance, let's take a look at the teams that led the NBA in rebounding last season. 5th, the Jazz.
Boy, their rebounding last year was phenomenal. Great fundamentals, aggressive to the ball. That helped them pull down a lot of second chances.
First one falls for him. Both free throws good for White. Jazz trail by 7. Pass to Hendricks. Here's Mikhailuk. White covering. A nice shot by Mikhailuk.
And that's exactly what they're going for on that shot.
And here's White. Last game, 26 points. Now Hauser for 3. Good on the triple. Hauser's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
For a guy who's known for his perimeter shooting, that is a great look.
And the foul on Sam Hauser. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. Third team foul.
Down low.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. Now White. 9 points in the game so far. Pass to Minot. Oh, good with the triple. Jazz trail by 6. Here's Collier. Makes it off the glass. Collier's got 5 now.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Right side, White. The shot's good. And the Celtics lead by 6.
Derek White, tremendous finisher in the painted area. Just drops it in softly.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Gonzalez, he's checking for the Celtics. Here's Hendricks. Hauser defending. Hendricks can't get it to go. Celtics leading by 6. Outside Gonzalez. Pass to Minot. The rebound by the Jazz. They've got the Pistons ahead of them in their next game in Detroit, and that game will be 4 out of 5 on the road for the team. Here's Nbacup. The Jazz with another miss. Boston's gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Outside Gonzalez. Shoots from the elbow. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. And the Celtics lead by 8. Utah has gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. Pass to Niang beyond the arc. A rebound by Simon.
I'll tell you, that's one he typically will make. The defense gets away with one.
To the paint. Here's Minot. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Minot's got the lead up to 10 now for the Celtics. Now, Filipowski. Here's the 3. Down it goes. Nice one there from Niang. Niang's got 10 points in the game.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
Gonzalez, that's good.
Yeah, terrific work in the two-man game. Results in an easy bucket. That's how you do it.
Pass to Nbacup. Here's Filipowski. Here's Collier. And the Jazz, another 3.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
27 seconds left now here in the second. Here's Simon. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
So far, he's hit all of his shots at the foul line, going 4 for 4. .23 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Here's Collier. He's got 8. Lets the three fly. That shot off. And so it's Boston in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. We'll get you back to the action after this break.
Welcome in for halftime. And what's on tap, you ask? I can answer that. So far, it's been a nice outing for the Boston Celtics.
They're playing the way they're supposed to. Run the offense until you get a good look. Not complicated at all.
I disagree. Patience and perspective is complicated. That's why many teams can't do it.
And now, moving on, a look at the players of the week deserving of the recognition. In the East, Paolo Banchero.
Man, I love this guy. 6'10" with skill, strong back to the basket game, can shoot the three, can defend, and he just keeps coming.
Yeah, some people are saying this is the best basketball we've seen from him. Congrats to Paolo Banchero. Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.